board. Yeah, it came back to me. I was sitting there looking for the paperwork, trying to figure out that dude's name. Yeah, his name was Miguel. Talking about he was the legal representation of the dental board and called me a liar, and then the investigator Matt. But what I don't understand, I'm back on these governors, these crooked cops and shit. I'm trying to figure out, how the hell, Mr. Governor, and and you damn what you call it uh uh oh shit, man, you done made me have an overload. I'm gonna tell you what it is. That damn attorney general. How you not helping the constituents? You say you don't go against state agencies, but you go against an agency, quote unquote county, but they funded by the state. But I call your office about the dental board and Dr. Bowen's office, and what do y'all say to me? Ain't nothing we can do. I called the city to set up a meeting with some city leaders. Someone's supposed to get back with me, never did. I contacted not only City Hall, but the commissioner's office. Everybody in the commissioner's office ain't got nothing to say. Don't know nothing. I contacted Medicaid Consumer Hotline. They told me I had a hearing. I've been doing the hearing for about 2 years now. Called about a week or two ago. Hearing, they told me, someone went leaked and told them that I was talking online on my live about waiting on the hearing and this and that. And then I ain't heard nothing. Then I get a letter in the mail after 20 unanswered grievances. And I told the governor's office, I told that crooked ass Byron Potts, you know, yeah, you ain't had to do no work. He think he had to do a whole bunch of leg work, and all he had to do was say, here's the evidence. I get the sworn affidavit. The case is closed. Bag, gone. No work. They wouldn't even have to bill no whole bunch of attorney fees. But guess what? People in Ohio are nervous. They don't want to lose their status going against the status quo. Because see, if you'd have dealt with my case, and I handled it on my own, but if you'd have dealt with my case, see, then you'd have to go against politicians. You'd have to go against So I just said, the hell with it. God made open a door for me, and I just walked in that door, and now I got this platform here, and I just say stuff out there. And then administrations change, even if it's a Democrat to see it, and I call state representative office, and Mark, whatever that dude's name over in District 6, called him, called Republicans, Democrat. It doesn't make no difference who your Republican Party is. If you in Ohio, 88 counties, and you got $6 billion of uncovered. Now I need to see the court document to make sure that's valid, but it's been floating through the internet. Okay, but that Cuyahoga County and Franklin County, oh, that's accurate. You know what I mean? The grade in Franklin County job, children's services, oh, it's been bad. Children's services, been bad. You know what I mean? It's sad in a small town, a county like this. You can beat a kid, essay a kid, deprive a kid of everything. As long as they got running water, they can communicate and verbalize that they okay. Concerned, they're gonna do shit. And then, and then if they do get involved, then they put you in a foster system. Then when they don't do full, deep, thorough backgrounds, and then you get these young girls and these young men again there, and they end up getting trafficked. And then the officials, when they get caught, yeah, they go to jail, but guess who pays for it? Taxpayers. Mm-hmm. And then guess who's out here suffering? And then they flip out and go do something to somebody, and then they go to jail. Guess who's paying for it? Taxpayers. So you ought to be out here sitting back chilling, just turning your head, letting shit happen. You ain't doing nothing but causing a bigger problem while you sitting up behind these platforms and stuff, hollering and screaming with all these loud instruments and stuff playing and jumping around, looking like a damn Def Comedy Jam a remix situation. And some of y'all ain't got not even they just got the appointment and ain't got no anointment. And I'm not talking about this church folk. I'm talking about the anointment to be a moral, ethic, ethical politician with standards. But what politician really has standards? If their pockets not getting lined up, what are they really doing? because they're going to tell you what you want to hear, midterm, primary, and all that. They're going to tell you everything you want to hear. And then when you get in there, when they get in there, they don't give a damn about what you talking about because they got to keep fueling the monster to keep them paid. And to continue to set their future up and their purpose in life, which is to scam, scheme, and mislead the American people in this state. Okay? And then, as soon as another party get in, they so focused on what the other party did wrong, they don't give a damn about what's going on right now and what's continuing to go on. They sit back and want to argue back and forth about these goddamn debates and then mislead the people. And then we go up there like dummies, like sheep led to the slaughter, and we go to these goddamn election boxes and put our votes in. Right? And then they get them fuck up. And then if you don't vote, then you got the peanut gallery in the back that say, oh, if you ain't voted, you ain't got shit to say. And y'all the main motherfuckers that turn your goddamn head ain't saying shit. And you got people in your own goddamn families getting essayed, mistreated. But you know what? You in a different tax bracket, so you don't give a fuck about them. Because you're too embarrassed to be around that person. Why? Too outspoken. Ain't got enough money, ain't got the clothes, ain't got the car, ain't got the status quo to go to the places you go to, but they your flesh and blood, right? Or, they in your political party, right? But you don't give a damn about that because you'll get on the goddamn CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, WSYX, all this other shit, TV, 10 TV, WBNS, and Fox, and do all this talking about all the Republicans ain't shit, and the Republicans going there, all the Democrats ain't shit, y'all ain't gonna do shit. And then when you get caught on goddamn camera, y'all out there having dinner together, out having a drink. You know what I mean? It's just like these people getting caught up in the system with this damn getting all these attorneys, talking about getting retainer fees and all this shit. You're not paying attorney, a lot of these attorneys, especially the hustlers. You're not paying no attorney for no damn skill. You paying for time. You know what I mean? If you really want the skill, you got to pay the money for the skill, but you're not going to find that person in the community where, it's going to be more advantageous to you. You only going to be represented because you got some dead presidents in your hand or a check, that is validated and is going to go through to make sure that your legal fees are taken care of. You know what I mean? And then if you can't afford it, then they get you goddamn legal aid, which ain't shit, because they're not going to fight against the institution. Call them too. They ain't going to fight against the institution. Tell you why they ain't going to fight against the institution, because that's how they get paid. Legal aid, court-appointed attorneys, all that shit, they all getting paid from the county and the state. And they always work the deal that's in the interest of the state. They don't give a damn about you because you're not really a client. They the client. You know what I mean? Or the state is the client, and the public defender and the court-appointed attorneys and the legal aid, they ain't representing you. They representing the state in which is convicting you and sending your ass to prison. Unless you get one that's real smart and, pretty much got to trick the system and then win a case, and that'll help them go on and, get them. And then once they do get that, guess what? They forget about the ones that got them where they at. Then these public defenders, they elevate themselves, go into private practice, and these motherfuckers go out here and start representing goddamn people like Diddy. I'm not saying he got public defenders, but I'm just saying that's how it works. The system is corrupt. Inside out. It ain't a white thing, black thing, Hispanic thing. It's a political thing. It's a U.S. thing. It's a worldwide thing. Corruption is real. It's all over. It's from the top to the bottom, blue collar, white collar, green collar, orange collar, teal collar, paisley collar, cognac collar, lime collar, all collar crimes. It's all systematically set up so everybody can get a piece of the American dream. And what is the American dream in this culture and this temperature today? Fuck everybody over who you can. Get the vote. Go up here in White House, represent, do all this fast talking, street talking, fast talking, slick shit. And then when these people get victimized, unless it's your damn family, see, that shit don't just happen in churches, it happens in the political world too. If you ain't, look at that girl, the spokesperson of Levitt. Look at her. You got a whole damn blood relative. This white woman. You got a whole blood relative that's connected to your damn brother, and it's your nephew or niece, whichever. I didn't get that part. all the way, but I know it's a niece or nephew, blood relative, and you let ISIS and all this shit detain her and deport whatever, whoever did it, ICE or whatever, whoever got her, it was the feds. And then come to find out, y'all, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? See, and then when you deal with corrupt people like that, this is why we talking about be careful, mindful how you treat people when they're going through. Now, Trump, you had all these people in his administration that was getting up there doing this propaganda and shit, and now all of them about to be messed up. And he don't even want protected by immunity. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? How is it that you can have oversight and do stuff, and then you have these people committing these crimes, and then the person that's ordering you to do this stuff, they don't get in trouble? Now, I don't agree with the admirals and different things of that nature. They're going to get charged, and I believe that they follow orders based on what, unless they knew the whole story that was done. I don't think they should be penalized to the full extent as Hexbet will be, because it's been said that his voice is the one that's giving the command. I'm just saying that. And I don't think that uh, uh, people should be following illegal order. In military and church and school, none of that. And in the school system, they're shutting all these damn. This is the capital. We should be building more schools, making the residents more safer, educating our communities, putting people that know about the culture in those communities to teach and educate these men, women, boys, and girls how to stay the fuck out of jail, how to quit hustling, give them real opportunities, meaningful opportunities. Shut some of these goddamn soup kitchens down and put some real food in there and feed these people. Give these real addicts real treatment. Give them real nourishment. Take care of these kids and quit putting this shit up in people's name that don't mean shit to the communities in which you have them in. You got all these people that don't give a damn about the inner city, and you see their names and shit splattered over all this shit. And they don't give a damn about black, brown, Hispanic, don't make no damn difference who they are. But you see they got damn name. Go to Children's Hospital, see the name on that. Mm-hmm. And that Wexner motherfucker, from what was saying, it's alleged, because I get a document to prove it, but he was connected to them Epstein motherfuckers too. And I remember before they started putting them white fences all up and down that goddamn place. You know what I mean? St. Anthony Hospital, right there on Broad Street. People are dying there left and right. Black folks dying there. My grandma died in that hospital. People died in the hospital left and right. Who owns it now? House State. Who about to be the governor? Y'all better wake up. And that's right there in the inner city. You know what I mean? Not far from Mount Vernon. See what I'm talking about? And they put people in places like that, and then they put the police in damn hospitals. And then these people that's working at the desk in these hospitals, they incite the people that's in the waiting room and shit like that, because they rude as hell. They're getting paid all this money, and they rude as hell. They disrespectful. People be sick as hell. Didn't somebody just get messed up because it was in the waiting room? It was pregnant, and you catch. Hey, hold on a minute. Hey, sit your ass down, Sheba. Come here. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, you back like you got some damn sense. Y'all gonna be here fighting and shit. Pick your ass on up here and do like you got some sense. Now do something else crazy and see what happened to you. Hear me? Come here. Come on. Come on, Sheba. Come on. Come on. Come here, baby. Come here. Well, y'all go ahead. I ain't got time to worry about y'all. Y'all fucking on my private time. Back to my friends and viewers here. Listen, I want to say to you, you know, that ain't right. And y'all need to be speaking up about this shit. We in Ohio. You know, damn New York. This ain't Texas. This ain't California. We ain't facing no major critical issues like they're doing in them big ass states. We got shit here in this small ass state that can be contained and dealt with in a legal, transparent manner, and they're not. All 88 counties, none of the counties are exempt. And you need to, and governor, you need to address that. You know, You need to address that. I don't even watch you when you come on TV. You don't have no transparency and you're not honest. If you want to be trusted, especially if you're a politician, you're going to have to be honest. I don't give a damn what color you are, what party you come from. If you're not honest, ain't nobody going to trust you. I don't give a damn how many smiles you get, how many checks you get to support your cause. You know. See, and then those that's doing it, you do good until the money changes. And that's why I chose to do it without being monetized. And that's why I chose to do it the way I do it, to really help people, whether it's by my mouth, whether it's by serving someone that's hungry, whether it's by providing a service. I'm trying to do what I can in this little space that God has allowed me to use and let people know. It might be explicit, it might be raw. Who gives a damn? It's the truth. And all this sugarcoating shit is why the world is fucked up. If some of y'all will, quit doing all this goddamn shit about, what people ain't doing and show what you're supposed to do and be the example, then you wouldn't have to worry about the governor of Ohio doing all this bullshit. Mike DeWine is full of shit. Mike DeWine, you need to get together. Like I said, I'm a Republican, but Mike DeWine, you ain't doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing. You got people right here in Ohio that's messed up. You got old, elderly. You guys try to build the military. You don't take care of your veterans properly. Why are veterans that served in the military? Some have high accommodation, right? And then they homeless and still on drugs. And then you got these VA hospitals that's not serving our veterans like they should. But then you want our young men and women to go in here and fight and risk their lives, put all these laws and boundaries, restrictions, and all this stuff on these young men and women. They come out crazy. They go out. Some of them have not been treated right. You know what I mean? And then they come out and they turn against the nation that they serve. And then the people, what they do, they throw them in these people like Leavenworth and people in places like this and mistreat them. And some of the people in Leavenworth probably deserve to be there, but there's probably a vast majority in there that don't. And it's all because of political incitement. You call it what you want to call it. You know what I mean? Who gives a damn if it was the Democrats or the Republicans? January 6th was a bad situation, and people need to be held accountable that have not been held accountable for that, and needs to stick. And it shouldn't matter what damn party you belong to. If you were involved in that, your ass need to be in jail, and it needs to be a public example on what the fuck you did. What the fuck, you the most powerful nation in the world, and you got all this goddamn corruption going on. And we talking about saluting the flag, and we got people that's talking about they Christians and they racist and white nationalists and all this shit. And then we got some that's black and they talking about they save, and they going out here talking about the other race. And then you got these folks, they talking about they this. And then all the time, we got all this systematic violence and shit going on. And we sitting back with our mouths shut, with our collars, cords, aprons, gloves, goddamn police badges, commission cards. And we sit back and turn our head until the next story come up. You know what I mean? Everybody think it's cool until it happened to your family, until it happened to you. Everybody retarded and crazy until you get victimized, until you get violated. One of your kids get violated, your grandma get violated. Somebody do a drive-by on your damn house. And you too busy worrying about who belong to what party. Who give a damn? You Republican and you so goddamn steep and starch in your party that you can't reach off the board and say, hey, you know what? My party's fucked up. You know what I mean? And I'm not voting for them just because I'm part of this party. I'm going to support. See, we got to be united. How are we the United States and we really divided in several states? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Y'all get caught up in all that drama and shit. Y'all want, a lot of people want to come on and see, people acting crazy and retarded. Yeah, I'm real crazy and retarded. And I say a whole lot of shit. But one thing about it ain't no damn lie. And the ones that's being the critics, y'all ain't doing a damn thing. They're sitting around there criticizing, looking around, watching folks' views and seeing what you can jump on board in the bandwagon and follow on with. I ain't following nobody. I'm going to do it my way. May switch up every day. Don't make no damn difference. If it's corruption and you wrong, I'm calling your damn name out, and I want you to make some changes. And Governor DeWine, you about to be the hell up out of here. You need to get your shit together. And you talking to a black Republican, right, in the capital of Ohio, that's got the balls to tell you, Governor DeWine, you out of order, and your administration, some of the people around you are out of order, and you need to do a forensic search in your system to find out, not just me, other people that have called about being victimized and stuff, and all the excuses you all make. But you don't make no damn excuses when it's time for you to get elected. You don't make no damn excuses, Democrats either. You don't make no damn excuse when it's time for you to get elected. But I'm writing these goddamn Republicans because I'm non-biased. And I don't give a damn if you wrong, and Mike DeWine, you wrong. And you know that you got people down there in Xenia, you got people in Yellow Spring, you got people in Urbana, you got people in Springfield, you got people in Dayton area, you know what I mean? Huber Heights, you know what I mean? That resent you in your leadership because you have left a trail of pain and trauma little bit at a time with people connected to you. And like I tell people all the time, if you over something, whether you do it directly or indirectly, you are responsible to hold your staffers, your intern, you over the whole state. If you didn't want to be responsible, you shouldn't have put your damn name in the ballot and ran for the office. But now that you're in the office, constituents need to hold you accountable. It don't take the goddamn House of Representatives and the senators and all this shit to hold you accountable. Your constituents, people that voted for your ass, gonna hold you accountable. And I didn't vote for your ass because I know who you are. And I know where you come from. And I know you full of shit. And I wouldn't give a damn what you do. Like I told each and every one of you that I've addressed, if you want me to be quiet so bad, then kill me. Y'all killing everybody else. You killing a whole bunch of other innocent people, Michael DeWine. Y'all letting them away with it. You know what I mean? Y'all killing innocent boys and girls. Y'all going in, you got sheriffs and people killing people. You got your damn vice squads and stuff doing stuff. You got your people up here working for state agencies lying, Medicaid, and they've been busted over and over and over. You've been having Medicaid fraud, not only with the Republicans, but Democrats too. Don't play no damn games with me. Then you got people like Robert Taylor III, that's a black Republican, that walk around in the inner city. You know, like he want to make a difference and be so important. You know, he want to be the modern day Jesse Jackson or whoever else he want to be, right? And then, and this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. We promote all these celebrity type civil rights leaders and shit like that, but we forget to talk about and remind people about why they was out to the community, they was handing their dicks and stuff out too. You know, then we want to feel, then we want people, you know, they want to tell you that you're talking harsh, you know, because now that their health is failed. Well, you spiritual folk, you need to read Ecclesiastes 12. What do they say? Remember them in the days of your youth, right? You don't wait till you get, you know, to a certain age and season in life and then want to give God sloppy seconds. I keep telling y'all want to go out and shack up with the devil and expect God to pay the rent. You know what I mean? And I want to pay my debt back to society, not by being incarcerated, but by enlightening people and letting them know just because people talk about you, just because you fucked up in your life in previous chapters, don't mean that the other chapters have to be the same. As a matter of fact, if motherfuckers are still reading your previous chapter, then, you know, they need to be in LD class because at some point you got to flip the page and go on and move forward and quit dealing with bullshit. But the shit I'm talking about is not dealing in the past. I'm dealing with past, current, and present about corruption and shit that's going on, been going on, known about, unknown about, and some soon to come. I told you in the last live, you got a goddamn pastor right here in Franklin County pushing dope out his back door. Now, and the licensing, the Secretary of State don't have no accountability on these pastors committing crimes without, you know, maintaining their license. They don't have no oversight to where, you know, these pastors can't do whatever they want. You may be able to lose some tax status, but you can still hold them credentials. I think that's weird. I think that's sad. But, you know, all Republicans, you know, are crooked. You know, all people that vote for Republicans aren't crooked. There's certain reasons why certain people, different ethnic groups, go Republican. It has nothing to do with being red or blue. It has a lot to do with, as a matter of fact, do your history and find out why Republicans, Democrats of the African American or Black community were actually became Democrats. Do your research, do your homework. Some of the young ends say, do your homework. Mm? And it can be up for debate. It can be up for debate, but I can go on both sides. History has shown in some cases, in some studies, that most majority of blacks were really Republican anyway. You know what I mean? The Democrat system was set up, to help, supposedly. And this is not a factual statement; it's coming out of my mouth right here. But uh, it's been said that a lot of the Democrats that was set up to help the people that were of black and were misfortunate, but they created ghettos, projects, and things like this. I mean, do your homework on Alabama. A lot of there's a lot of rich history in Alabama, and Alabama was a thriving town, and some people came in there and disrupted Alabama. Took out the good stuff and did cause some disparities, and then took over and left the African American community there in certain areas. Like the little young man Honeycomb Brady, his area that they come from. I think a couple other rappers from that area came out of there. The dude that ended up being informant for the police, drug dealer. I forget that boy's name, South End or something. I don't know what his name is. Anybody from Alabama know? I don't know. But I'm just telling you, there's a lot of rich history in a lot of these southern states, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people from different cities and platform, we get on and talk about different places, but we don't really talk about. See, a lot of communities are set up a certain way, to keep systematic trauma and violence and pressure, you know, fast paced moving forward. That's just how it was set up. You know what I mean? Because if you don't go to jail and they don't have the quotas met for the incarcerations, you know what I mean? Then guess what? They're not making no money. And now the state has shown that you can make money in the penal system, so in the Department of Correction. So guess what? Now you got private people, and that's where they want you at. See, because they don't have, in my opinion, no state regulated mandate on how to control them inmates. You treat me in kind of way they want to, private, not public. So they don't have to use no information about who in there. Motherfuckers get killed, robbed, riots, and shit, and you never know about it. You better pay attention to the way this world and direction is going. But I'm not gonna go with you. I've been with you 47 minutes, and I appreciate you coming on and everything like that, and uh, those that viewed and everything like that. I appreciate that. I really do, and I want you to know that this awareness that we're trying to bring, is it really bothers me because I have a heart for people. You know what I mean? And I don't really like to see people hurt because a lot of stuff that might come out that I'm conveying to you, I've experienced it in one way or another. And I'm only speaking from experience. That's what makes this channel, a little different. Is because I'm not speaking about what a third party told me or what someone else sent me in a video or a share or a reel. I'm giving you real life experience on what I visualized, heard, seen, investigated, and researched. And I'm also telling you that I know as a fact that a lot of these parents, single women, all races, but namely these single ones in the black community, some of these mothers are resentful of their fathers and the women's of their child's father, and they abuse the child and take that hate and frustration out on that child. And that child becomes damaged, and the society calls them a monster. But the mom gets scot free while the child is damaged. Then they go out and create a whole nother damn family and do the same systematic shit. And they find a way because of all the loopholes in the laws in Ohio. And these women, like my mother and a lot of my other cousins that have experienced trauma, and a lot of people that have experienced trauma in other states, other places, is painful. And people don't want to identify with that. They call you and a lot of people. That's why I don't really like. I mean, unless it's just somebody people doing something malicious. But a lot of these people is going here venting, And I might make some comments or something like that, because these people have experienced stuff, and they're not acting out. I don't like to use that term. They're only expressing, and verbalizing out of the pain they've been through, and then they become extremely disappointed and traumatized because the people that they entrusted to protect them and care for them violate them, and then they get no justice, and then they have to go out through life, sometime thinking, is this real? A lot of people don't gravitate to a lot of stuff, in this kind of situation because people think in their mind, we heard that before. Yeah, okay, but then, like I tell people all the time, when it happened to you, a lot of motherfuckers be the first ones going there getting GoFundMe's and doing all this shit. When you was out there popping bottles and slinging dope and doing all this wild shit, shooting, spinning the block, killing folk, and doing all this shit, and then you get jammed up, and your family want to go out here and want the community to feel sorry for you when the whole time you putting poison in the goddamn community, killing other folks' kids. You know what I mean? At some point, we all that are supposed to be OGs or civil rights activists or leaders, we should be trying to unify, the divide. A lot of people are talking about what is the divide? Everybody know. Everybody be playing stupid. That's what we talking about. Everybody doing this praying and having all these private business meetings, strategic and all this. You know what the damn problem is? You know what I mean? What happened to when people used to walk up and go into these damn places and just walk up to people and tell them, hey, you need to do this, and then you get a whole bunch of people to catch on and they vote these motherfuckers up out and have them locked up in jail for the shit. I don't want to go too far today. Hey, have a good one, go Bucks. I'm getting a little tired. I took my pill a little earlier today, so I'm getting a little tired. Hey, take care. Mm-hmm.